What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So Konami just dropped the press release for the new starter deck Codebreaker in the TCG. This is the equivalent of the starter deck 2018 and the OCG, the one that I just talked about a couple of days ago. And the most important thing that they just actually revealed is that Linkuriboh is up in this bitch. It is going to be confirmed in the TCG. We're getting its reprint. It'll be in here. Everybody will have access to it for a low price of $9.99. At least that's the MSRP. Looks like this baby is dropping on July 13th. And a lot of people in my last video, they were like, Kappa G, this does not confirm that Linkuriboh's coming to the TCG. What if Konami takes it out like they took Solemn Strike out of the Counter Fairy structure deck? That would be a travesty. And I said, yeah, that's possible. Anything's possible when you're dealing with Konami, but I don't think it's very likely because I really felt like Linkuriboh would be the biggest selling point of this entire product. And it's really interesting if you look at Konami's official page right here, look at the only word they decided to put in bold letters. I can't make this up. Look, seriously, the only word in this entire article that they put in bold letters was Linkuriboh. Like, they want this to be the key point that you take away, even if you're just skimming through, if you're not even realizing it. As soon as you look on this page, they want you to see Linkuriboh's in here. Buy it for Linkuriboh. And it obviously makes a lot of sense. They're even talking about how, you know, you couldn't get it in Latin America and European territories. So it makes sense that Linkuriboh would be pretty much the push card of this entire product, of the starter deck, because first off, you got to think this is a kind of exclusive card. Only North Americans and you know, people in Asian territories have this card. So there's a lot of people who are going to want to get their hands on it. Second, it is relatively expensive. I'm fairly certain Konami knows about the price of the card on the secondary market. Linkuriboh is still basically a $30 card. Now everybody's going to have the opportunity to get it for $10 in addition to getting all the other stuff. And then really the biggest reason I think that it was always going to be a big selling point of this is I think it's always been difficult for Konami to sell starter decks to like meta players, because when you look at starter decks, they're not meant for like high level regional and you know, like YCS play. They're not meant to be played right out of the box. They're meant to introduce newer players to like the core strategies of the game. It's made to introduce a player who's only been playing the game for 4 months, like how to link summon and how some of the easy link summon strategies go. It's not meant to be like, you know, Dino Master Fury, where it's like, all right, you add a couple of cards and boom, you got a competitive deck or something like that. So I think having a competitive card and one that was exclusive to a couple of territories in the world meant that this was automatically going to be something that sells. Like I said in another video, I didn't think Konami really had to add much more value than just Linkuriboh, because it's a $30 card and people would basically buy this, and that kind of looks like what it is. I mean, I don't think this is going to end up being some great starter deck by any means, because most starter decks are just generally shit. But if it means that you can get a Linkuriboh for a third of the price, then, you know, basically sign me up. And I mean that metaphorically, because, you know, I got a couple of Linkuribohs, but in general, everybody should be able to own a Linkuriboh, and, you know, this will be everybody's opportunity. Now, the only downside, as far as I can tell, is this will be after basically national season. Like, I went and I checked all the European nationals. I know that the North American WCQ is the week before this. So I don't think that this will be, like, it won't make it into play for any of the national season. But it does mean Linkuriboh should be legal for Worlds, and it won't be like disallowed, because I guess if this was coming out in, I don't know, like November or something like that, Linkuriboh wouldn't even be allowed for that event. But just wanted to give you guys the heads up, if you are planning on going to like a nationals or something like that, you won't be able to play it in Europe for your event. But Linkuriboh's reprint is now confirmed. It's coming down the pipeline. If you were thinking about buying one of these copies, maybe just hold off and get a common copy or something like that if you're not an ultra rare rarity hoarder like myself. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell for daily videos.